Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the co-author of this amazing book. It's called The Brain Plate. It's a cookbook, meal plan, and supplement guide for mental health. Her incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Relationship between mood and food. If you stock up on fast food, obviously you're having all that salt and fat in your diet, and it can affect your mood. On the other side, maybe you go to the Mediterranean diet. It's considered one of the healthiest diets on the planet. Maybe that can help improve your mood. We have a mental health crisis going on in America right now after COVID and anxiety. People stressed out about the economy. To talk about that today, Amanda Ashcraft. She is a nutritionist and mental health specialist and the author of this book, The Brain Plate. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to talk about the book and everything else.
Well, you've been doing this for a while. So when did you start with nutrition?
I started with nutrition in 2008. I worked at a clinical hospital doing outpatient nutrition, working with clients with typical needs of high blood pressure, weight loss, diabetes, kidney, renal disease. And then I quickly went into counseling. I started at a rehab center for eating disorders, and that's where I really started to see the connection of nutrition and mental health. As they were refed, they were getting the nutrients they needed, their brains turned back on. Their mental health improved. Of course, we were using counseling, medication, and nutrition in this whole process, but that's where I really started to see how much nutrition impacts mental health.
I want to pull up your website first, and as we scroll down the website, let's talk about the kinds of people you serve. You do everything from individuals to group counseling. So what's your ideal client?
I love a client who wants help. That's the biggest thing. I work a lot with people with ADHD, anxiety, and disordered eating, so we can work within those mental health tendencies, symptoms, diagnoses, as well as improving their relationship with food.
Sure.
So we try to do it in a way that's not restrictive, but identifies the ways that their food needs are and their behavioral needs are to make it work for them.
Well, you were talking with me before the show, and you were telling me about one of your favorite success stories without naming the client. What was their situation and how did you help them?
Well, they were a client with ADHD, and they were feeling scattered and wanting more help. And I was working with them in the counseling field of behavioral changes, mood, emotional things. And we also incorporated some nutrition. We made sure their food was balanced with some proteins, fibers, and fat at each meal so that they don't go up and then crash throughout the day. So they're feeling more sustained with sustained energy. We also looked at making sure they were incorporating omega-3 fatty acids, but that helps your brain produce dopamine, which is really important with ADHD.
Sure.
And then we incorporated magnesium glycinate for the evenings to help them calm down and sleep. Because if you're not getting enough sleep, your brain is not going to be focused and functioning the best the next day. And then we also looked into L-theanine. It's a green tea extract supplement that helps you feel focused and calm. So you're not being over caffeinated and then jittery, but we incorporated that, and that helped her not feel as I don't know, too
Yeah.
overstimulated.
Sure. Let's pull up the book cover as a up full graphic. I love the name. How'd you come up with it, and tell us about your co-author?
We came up with the brain plate mostly of just thinking of ways to help improve your brain health
Sure.
through food on your plate. And so we came up with the brain plate, hoping that we can give you meals to support your mental health in a way that is easy and can incorporate through just your daily life in meals.
And tell us about your co-author.
Her name is Anne. She is also a registered dietitian and a certified diabetes educator. So she has both of those backgrounds
Sure.
in her knowledge. She created a meal planning app that is for having healthy, nutritious meals in your weekly routine. She sends you a guide, ingredients list, recipes every week that are inclusive. So we don't want to have people feel like they're on a restrictive diet, but we want you to incorporate foods that have more nutrients in them so that you get more out of your diet.
Sure. I'm going to just flip through some pages of the book because it's really easy to read, and it has a lot of recipes. So how many recipes do you think you have in here?
There's over 90, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah. There's at least, 11 per week, and we have 4 weeks, that's 44. But then we have substitute recipes for all of those, of whether you're gluten-free, dairy-free, or vegan. There's recipes for all of those, as well as sides
Sure.
to include in that. So it's a full 4-week meal plan.
Sure. Well, so I know there's counseling, there's medicine, and there's nutrition. If people improve their diet, could they get off some of the pills that they're on?
Well, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I do believe there could be some adjustments for people. Sometimes people might be on multiple medications, and sometimes it's I'm on this one for this reason and this one for a side effect, and then they can work with their psychiatrist and adjust those. I do think sometimes people might be on something that is helping them, but not helping them to the best of its ability, and nutrition would increase that ability to help. Like folic acid improves depression medication's effectiveness. So if you're low on folic acid, your depression medication won't be working as well. So if it was working better, you might not need as high of a dose, and that might be helpful for some people as well.
You were telling me before the show you have 2 kiddos, and you figured out a way to slip some lentils into their diet. Will you share that story?
Yes, I have 2 children. One is a very adventurous eater, and one is more cautious. And with the cautious one, I don't sneak. He knows they're in there, but I don't think he really knows what lentils are or anything. And he cooks the muffins with me. So to help him get some iron, protein, and fiber in the morning, I cook some lentils and we put them in our banana banana chocolate chip muffins. And he eats them and it helps him stay full. We also incorporate some almond flour in there. So it's a nutrition dense muffin for him in the mornings.
Okay, Amanda, we have a couple minutes left, so look into the camera on the left and talk to that viewer who knows that they probably need to engage you in some form or fashion. What words of encouragement can you give them?
I'll say nutrition and counseling and medication are all part of helping you heal your mental health. And I encourage you to know that your individual experience can be met with help. Finding the right nutrients that you need, incorporating that with food or supplements when necessary, and you will feel better. The highs and lows can become more even. You can feel more sustained with energy through nutrition, and your brain can feel more nourished. There are ways to help you outside of just medication and just counseling, and that's why we like to bring in the third branch to make sure you're getting your whole wellness treated with your mental health.
Outstanding. You've been an amazing guest. We're going to have you back again soon. Her website is nutrimind.org, the great Amanda Ashcraft. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.